Hey guys, it's Lynk Plays Games. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my studio area. This is a mess still. I'm still going through that. But I'm getting set up. I'm looking really nice. It's going good. I've got a lot going on. I've worked for hours on this right now. And I could actually see my bedroom floor. And yeah, when I say I've been in a funk and have had very little to no motivation to do anything but work, come home and sleep. It's been a rough one. I mean, you guys have seen the lack of uploads for my channel, but I think this took the cake of, just being highly unmotivated and just overwhelmed and dealing with a lot. It's kind of crazy to me that the difference in then and now, other than, the dates, was just simply the fact that I got a gaming laptop and I spent money on myself and I did something that I knew I needed to do. So, for those who don't know, way back in January, I had a life-changing event, I had a breakup, I had so many things go on, so many changes in my life. And I had to take a step back from things. And I went on hiatus, and then I told myself, okay, hiatus is going to be over this date. And then I would, come back for a video or two, and then I'd go back out on hiatus. And, something else would happen. And it was constantly all these things happening, all these things changing and causing trouble in my life. So finally I started to take little steps to better my life because I knew that's what I needed to be doing. One of the things being that I needed to get out of the place that I was working at. I was working at a restaurant making, I would say on a good day, $50 in tips. Or I've had a couple days where I made $100, but anywhere between $50 to $100 in tips. And then I was cut down to where I was only working 2 shifts as a server. So $50 to $100 for 2 nights. So at max $200 plus a paycheck, which I was getting paid $2 an hour. Plus on top of that, I had 2 shifts where I was a hostess, and I was making $8 an hour. Or it was $8 or $10, something like that, but I wasn't making much. My paychecks would be about $100 each, plus whatever tips I made that week. So at best, $300 isn't much to survive off of. That doesn't even pay my car payment. There were things I needed, things I wanted, things I had to go without because I couldn't afford them. There would be weeks where I would choose, instead of having snacks to have at home, I just wouldn't eat at home unless my parents made dinner or I ate at work. Anything outside of that, snacks, drinks, fend for yourself meals, I didn't buy, I was really pushing it. I was only being able to buy cat food, gas for my car, pay my bills, and even then, there were days that I was so worried that I was going to have to debate on whether or not I could feed my cat this week, or did I need to, do this, or did I need gas for my car? Could I push it another couple days to get gas in my car? And that was awful, That put me in a bad headspace, and I didn't have time for YouTube, and I was trying to make myself have time for it. I found a new job, and I got in there, and I went from making, $8 to $10 an hour, some days $2 an hour, to making $18 an hour. So to almost double what I was making, if not actually double what I was making, it was pretty crazy. I mean, on top of that, the hours were different too, for sure. Like, there were some weeks where I wasn't working hardly any hours. And then there were weeks I was working like doubles every day I worked. I switched it up from not knowing if I would make 40 hours to, oh, I'm getting 40 hours, but I can't, I don't know how much overtime I'm getting. Overtime is almost guaranteed every week. I don't think since I've started back in the end of July, I don't think there's been a single week we haven't had overtime, which is, oof, kind of crazy. Well, I guess technically the week that I was in training, because it wasn't required to work over. You could if you wanted to get extra training in, but if you didn't want to, you didn't. And there were times where I took advantage of that and I went home. And then once I started having to leave when everyone else left because I was out of training, oh buddy, did I make a mistake there. I should have definitely found out how bad the stampede was ahead of time, because, ooh, trying to run up a set of stairs and you just have this crowd of people flooding around you and you got little legs. So I went from being very unsure of if I could pay my bills to I definitely can pay my bills. And that itself has got me into a good mental state. There have been moments where I, have gotten into a bad headspace or something has happened and, I lost some motivation or I was struggling for a second. Because I went from, in training, you do your first 2 weeks on first shift. And then you move over to the shift that you were assigned. Some people were set on first shift. Some were set on second shift. And then there were people in other departments on possibly a third shift. Thankfully, the department I'm doing only has 2 shifts. So, because it would have been my luck to get third. And then to have, well, I think third would have been an easier transition, to be honest. To be quite honest with you. Because third shift for, I know, the other areas is like 2 a.m. till like whatever time in the morning. Probably like 10 o'clock in the morning, if I'm not mistaken. So that wouldn't be too bad to wake up super early. I don't know. It might be. This doesn't really have a long battery life. But it does have rapid boost charge, or rapid charge boost. It does charge pretty quick, I will give it that. I think I charged it for an hour earlier. I don't remember what the percentage was before then. But yeah, this is charged decently fast, but I'm also running Streamlabs download. I've got my microphone and my camera hooked up to my PC recording, and I'm recording, so yeah, I could see why it's taking a minute. But anyways, so like I said, I changed up jobs, got put on second shift, had to adjust to second shift. I was put in one spot, so for at least 3 weeks, I had been training on this one spot, like this one little area, right? And I go as far as having to deal with like quality inspectors like coming and signing me off on what I'm doing. And they turned around and they're like, huh, how tall are you again? And I'm like, oh, only, 4'9". And then they turned around the following day and they were like, yeah, so it's a problem with how short you are. We have to place you somewhere else for safety issues. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So they're trying to figure out what to do with me. One of the managers go, here, we could put you here. So I got moved over there. And so I had to do another week of training, which thankfully they didn't make me like sit and watch for a week. They just had me hands-on training after, a little bit of watching. They let me watch for I think one day. And they had me like take notes and everything. But it wasn't like as drawn out as it was when I was in training. So then I go and I start training for this new spot. I get signed off on that. And there was a lot of hecticness that went on the first couple weeks I was over there. Now, as to how long I've been over in this new spot is a little beyond me. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could go back and calculate it out. Anyways, so now my new spot, I've been there since the end of August. It is now the second week of October. So about a month and a half. The first week I was training. I think the second week, like beginning of the second week, I got signed off. There was a lot of craziness that went on for like at least 3 weeks. Trying to think. Oh my god. There's been craziness that's been going on. And I had been stressed, and then I was like, I'm gonna look into finding a place to rent for me, and then I'm gonna worry about YouTube later. And then I ended up like getting sick in a way. Like my blood pressure was going through the roof, and I was stressed out, I was anxious, I was upset about everything, I was going through a lot. And I was like, okay, I need to step back. I cannot step back from this stressor because I can't do nothing about this. The only thing I can do is step back from looking for places to rent, places to, look into, stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I saved up all this money, I'm gonna buy myself a gaming laptop for in the meantime. Because that way, how my brain thought about it is, one, rent is insane around here. For one of the places that I did apply for, but did not qualify for, was these apartments, these townhome apartments, and they were $1,400 a month. And at the time, I had someone who was like, hey, I'll be your roommate. If you want to go after these apartments, we'll be roommates. Sorry, my computer did a thing and it stopped my recording. But unfortunately, the apartment building that we were applying for denied us because I didn't make 3.5 times the amount of rent. Though combined, him and I made 5 times the amount. But they said one of the factors in the denial was the fact that they don't consider it combined income due to us not being married. So, in a way, we were denied due to marital status, but it was because technically we simply did not both qualify to rent with them. Which is kind of crazy to me, because if we both could separately qualify to rent, why would we be roommates? Like, that made no sense to me. Like, why would I choose to have a roommate if I don't need to have a roommate? I would much rather have a place to myself. Though I do like the idea of that friend being my roommate. He's the one I named Jello after in my Pokemon Red Rescue Team series. Gotta make sure this is still recording because things are happening. I'm getting Streamlabs set up now. I'm so excited. Always distracted, always working on something. But anyways, so like I said, I was stressed out. I bought myself a gaming laptop, and my process behind it was that if I can't find a place to rent right now, because I can't afford to do it on my own, even if I have a roommate and technically we don't qualify because of the fact that not one single person makes, so much, in the meantime, let me go ahead and get a gaming laptop. Let me go ahead and put some more effort into my YouTube channel and more effort into myself and my life here. And in the meantime, I'll save up more money. I'll get, good savings built up. And that way I earn ad revenue through YouTube. I earn money through merch sales. People can do like super likes or become a member on this channel. And those little things all piece together to become a YouTube paycheck. Currently, I only make about $100 every three or so months. Which is a problem because at that point I cannot qualify it as extra income because I'm not guaranteed it. I decided it's time to really invest into my YouTube channel, start doing a little bit more, so that way I can start saying, like, yes, every month I get a payout. Which means I've got to double down. I've got to work harder on my channel, work harder on these videos. I've got to keep the ball rolling. I need to keep building momentum. And another reason behind this video is I wanted to talk to you guys about helping me build that momentum. So, like I mentioned, the ways I make money through my content creating is merch sales, which I would never harass or hound you guys to buy my merch. I will let you know that there will be new merch uploaded to my store soon. As to when, I don't know. I'm still working on the designs. That's still one of the things I'm doing. My mom actually just bought me these cool new stylus pens to doodle on my phone while I'm on break at work. So that way I can create more designs for you guys. So that is in the processes. Like, I'm in progress of doing it. So if you want to buy my merch, great. If not, I'm not worried about it. That's just simply just something extra that I do. The ways that you guys can help, though, outside of merch, is watch the ads. I know. I like to watch YouTube at night. I hate when I'm, like, playing on my Switch and I'm listening to Lord Minion 777 play whatever game with Entwin, Pat, and JP, and all of a sudden,
this presidential candidate, blah, 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 blah.
And I'm just like, skip ad, like, I do it. I get it. You don't really want to watch it, but as long as you guys watch halfway through the ad, I get credit for ad revenue. So, like, yeah, that's only a few cents each ad. So it does, but it doesn't do something. It does add up. Like, think of it as a coin jar. Every day you put in, 2 pennies. And then one day you put in a nickel. Then the next day you put in a dime and a quarter. And so on and so forth. And eventually that jar is going to fill up to the max amount of coins it could hold. And you have more money than if you just had those 2 pennies separate, or that quarter, or that nickel, or whatever separate from the rest of it. So, yeah. Be watching ads if you can. If you really want to support me, watch at least half the ad for me. And if you skipped ads on this video, shame on you. I'm kidding. I probably skipped the ads too. But no more doing that, okay? Okay? We're not doing that no more? Good. Another thing you could do is I have channel memberships, which is where if you go onto my channel, I don't know if it's gonna let me see. I don't like using that end. I like this end better. So let me go. Okay, it's not gonna work that way. For some reason it's getting fussy with taps. It'll work better to tap with this one, but not this one. Okay, we'll go to my Lynk Draws account. So, you guys can't see. Let me actually do one thing that would make a little bit of sense. Screen record, start recording, skip countdown, and go. Okay, so you guys see my screen? So we are gonna go click subscriptions. There we go. And Ooh, and twins gaming today. Hello. Hello, kind sir. Okay. So we're gonna visit the Lynk Plays Games channel, and as you guys could see, got videos posted, whatnot. But it says subscribed and it's got the little notification bell. Do you have my notifications on? It's fine if not. Personally, I don't turn on notifications for other YouTubers, so I get it. But I leave it on for my channels that I don't see. My notifications aren't even on for YouTube. So we're gonna click join. Hello. So we have memberships with perks. So there's a level 1 member for $1 a month. So like for $1 a month, you get priority reply to comments, you get loyalty badges, you get custom emojis that you could use in the chat. I'm not sure how that works. If someone is a member on my channel, please explain that to me in the comments below. For $2 a month, level 2 membership, we have member-only polls, which is where I will ask, is there any specific games you'd like to see me play? Or, hey, I've had these game recommendations, or I've been looking at these games, and it'll have, like, say, Five Nights at Freddy's, Phasmophobia, Raft, blah, 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 blah. Though it's games that I haven't played yet. Which games do you want to see on my channel? Then you can vote on which game you want. Level 3, you get... Okay, so I don't think I personally have any level 3 members. If I do, I am so sorry because I have not been doing daily posts or photos. I'm gonna set a notification on my phone to make sure I do daily updates for you guys. Level 4 members are member chat only rooms, or members only chat rooms on my live streams. I don't go live often. Personally, I don't even recommend spending more than $5 a month on me. And then level 5 members get a shout out at the end of every video. I don't have any level 5 members. I am going to be updating my outro here soon to have like a little clip, or like right before the outro actually starts to play, I'm going to have a little clip that says, thanks to these members for, da 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 da. It's going to be a thing once I actually get some of those members. If I do, I'm fine with not. I'm fine with, if only level 3 members pop up. Okay, that personally, I'm beyond thankful for that. But like, I have a lot of people do like the level 1 membership. Let me just doodle right here. This one right here, where you get the most of it. But again, if you want the fancy, the one that I honestly recommend is this level 2 membership right there, because you get members only polls. I wish I could have done that for level 1 members, but level 2 did need something, like each level has to have their own thing. I'm actually gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.